Welcome to Superchat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time for now. That will change soon. You know that some of you are thinking that it must be 500 subscribers and 3,000 hours of watch time. We'll talk about that more if everybody would like, but hopefully everybody's excited about the new graduated system that's coming up. Thank you everybody for being here. When we do live streams in the middle of the week like this, it's very difficult for me to judge start time, so we just kind of pop on. But thank you everybody for that reason. Just Jason Keto is here. I'm just getting them onto the wheel along with Scratch and PPA, of course, who's in the pole position. We'll do some more introductions in a quick moment. I noticed that Emotion has just dropped a super chat. Thank you for that. He happens to be here as a moderator and a gold member, and she stole my thunder, slipped in a super chat before we even started. She's done that countless times. Another fellow Canadian. We'll talk about their channels shortly. And right now on the screen, you're going to see our featured channel for today. That's Just Doing Our Best. They're going to help us with a lot of prepping. And as I've gone through some of their videos, I see that they're going to help us with self-sufficiency as well. They come to us from the homesteading community of channels, and I group a lot of ideas into that niche or category when we talk about them here. And that means gardening, farming, ranching, even camping, hiking, fishing, and other outdoor type channels, along with traditional homesteading, either channels or creators that engage in a lot of homesteading activities. And I hope everybody will connect with them if you haven't already. Let's have a look at their videos for a second. You're going to get an idea of what they're doing here. As I've gone through a few of their videos, I've noticed a lot of an abundant amount of growth in their harvesting, if that makes any sense. When we're talking about gardening, bringing in a lot of things, they do tons and tons of eggs. They do lots of squash. I've seen blueberries in there, among a lot of different things. Obviously some product reviews we're going to talk about here, and then they'll give us a look around their property and their activities as well. It even looks like they might have some silver stacking going on. A lot of preparedness. A lot of people will talk about this as being prepping activities, and you'll see that in their about page when they talk about preparing for whatever disaster. It could be anything at all, but it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be in the idea of major disaster. For almost anybody, you've probably experienced power outages of any amount of time. Some of us will remember, I think it's as far back as about 15 years ago, the power went out for about 3 straight days. And I think after the second day, people started wondering, what are we going to do? Do we have enough food in the house? This and that. These friends are going to help us with some of that, understanding how to be prepared. So from gardening, chickens and ducks, food preservation, freeze drying, which I didn't know you could freeze dry scrambled eggs, but that's a great idea, and everything in between. So hopefully everybody will join them. They're almost at 1,500 subscribers. They've got some shorts videos as well. We'll see what they've got going on here. These have started to get into the 2,000 and almost 3,000 views. And then we look at their live streams, and we see that these are fairly frequent. They seem to be doing these once a week or so, which is great. Mod6510 Models, thank you so much for another super chat. That is another creator who is so far past the 10,000 subscribers. I'm going to embarrass myself by telling you I'm not even sure. I think the last time we looked, they were at 13,000. They have just been growing and growing and growing. They already had an abundant number of subscribers before meeting us, probably 3 years ago. It's been almost 3 years, I believe. And Mod6510 Models comes from the UK. Because they're dropping that super chat, which they've done countless times before, we're going to look at their channel right after. She Stole My Thunder and Emotion New Soul. I see Hilda DC is in the house as well. That's a beloved and dedicated moderator here. I've got her on the wheel. I'm going to add a few names that I might have missed. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Crocheting with Leanne. and I had a few on there before we started, but we feature a different channel every single day on Superchat, and I talk about that channel first for about 5 or 10 minutes. We feature them across all of our social networks, actually, including Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, and on the thumbnails of our videos. As you have seen, we do that so that you can literally meet hundreds of loyal and dedicated supporters, even when we're not live streaming. So Lexo Motorsports and Mike and Rihanna's Adventures are on the wheel, along with Smallholder Homestead, Layla Life My Way, and then I just added Corinne's Life, who's also here as a moderator and a member, and then Coastal Water I also saw in. I finally caught her for a live stream again the other day. It's been a while, and I was wondering why I was missing so many. I think they're on earlier than I usually get my day started. Thank you so much, Scratch and Pete PA. He was out the other day with family for Father's Day, and other than that, Scratch and Pete PA is here every single live stream. That's only one of two that I remember him missing out of the last 550 or so, if you can imagine that. So Scratch and Pete PA was very well missed by a lot of people the other day, and God only knows how many mistakes I made that didn't get caught that day. But thank goodness for his help. He always catches a lot of mistakes when I'm moving along here, and I promise you I make as many mistakes as anybody. So the Gaming Ham, thank you for that super chat. I will correct that up, and we'll put the Gaming Ham right after Emotion and then Mod 6510 Models. When I talk about Emotion, I say Emotion New Soul. The channel is called Emotion, but that's a talented singer and songwriter that brings us new soul R&B music. So you'll have an easier time finding that channel by looking for Emotion New Soul if you would like to. I also see Patrick Hollett in the house. Sister Winnie never forgets that thumbs up. She supports everything I do, as well as Hugo Homestead is in the house. They've been here just about every day lately. Buddha of Destiny Namaste is another friend of probably 3 years by now. Patty Southern Kitchen and more. Good to see you here. And again, thank you everybody for coming in at such an uncommon day and time. Evans Family Adventures is here. King Morgan is in the house. Rushing When Mounted, not sure if I said hello. And Scratching Wolf, it's good to see you here as well. Now, hopefully I haven't missed anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. We expect to be here anywhere from 2.5 to 3 hours. We're not in any rush today. And then Neo Adventures is a channel we saw at the beginning. I'm not sure if they're still in the background here, but thank you for coming in, especially so early. Yeah, today's a very late one. Thank you, Corinne's Life. She's here as a moderator and a member as well. And then hopefully I haven't missed putting anybody on the wheel. We'll fix any mistakes in a moment if I did. And then once again, we're looking at just doing our best. Now you'll notice as well that they've got a lot of familiar faces on their featured channels list here. This is a wonderful way to bring exposure to some of your friends. It's a great favor to trade if you want to get some exposure for yourself as well. I haven't talked about it much lately, but you can imagine the impact that has both on your followers and fans, as well as the algorithm when your channel is featured on so many other creators' front pages. So that's a great way to build some friendships by starting with a favor trade. And then thank you so much, the Gaming Ham, thanks for that. And hopefully I haven't missed anything in the chat. If anybody's mentioned anything that you meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or at mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. So the first channel that we're going to look at off of the list of contributors right now is She Stole My Thunder. Now, things like Super Chats and memberships are absolutely unnecessary here, very much appreciated, of course, but the wheel and the screen are open to everybody. It takes a very long time these days, usually about 2 hours, but at some point I will add some names to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream, and I have a robot in the background that helps keep track of that. Mr. Fulton Mraz has been a friend of over 3.5 years. His birthday is next month on July 20th. It'll be his 24th birthday, and thank you so so much. Oh, the gaming ham, I will put the channel up for a quick second. I always do that. We've got lots and lots and lots of time, but thank you for the offer for that. You know, one of the things that even inspired the beginning of Tuber Chat in the first place was generosity from creators, and even after all this time, it's been over 3 years, it still doesn't stop. So thank you for that. FR Humphrey, good to see you in the house. We featured that channel the other day, and I forgot. I was going to say bye, Felicia, as soon as I took the channel off the screen, and I forgot to do it. So there's your messed up bit of humor from me for a quick moment there. But FR Humphrey is an incredibly supportive creator, especially here, but I see them out supporting others all the time. While you know, it takes time to get to know channels and to get to know everybody's names and things like that. We don't get to know everybody's first names and, you know, things like that. But when we do, it can be fun to do little things like that. But Felicia behind FR Humphrey's making quite an impact on a lot of creators. That's how I learned the name, actually, with somebody else was saying pleasant things about them. I'll never remember who, but it's happening all the time now. Charlene Heel, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And again, we're looking at She Stole My Thunder, a fellow Canadian. More featured channels here. And this creator brings us a lot of videos fairly frequently, actually. They tell us on their banner that they review books, art, and movies, but there's a lot more to the channel. Sometimes they're reading, sometimes they're talking about the idea of a gallery or museum, the fact that they're a photographer, and the challenges that they have while trying to gain content in some of those popular touristy places. They actually have over 190,000, I think it's 193,000 plus photos on their Flickr account. You can get to that from their banner or their About page. They're here with us every day, and they happen to be from the Montreal area. As far as we know, they've done well through the idea of the wildfires we were talking about a couple of weeks ago, stayed safe, and they've continued to be with us that whole time, so I really do appreciate that. And a lot of us in the Northeast could have seen or smelled that smoke from those wildfires, as far as I know, all the way down to New Jersey and halfway across Canada. And but She Stole My Thunder, as far as the channel goes, has some shorts here as well. When we look at these, they're starting to get into over a couple hundred views. Those will likely increase in views as they continue to post. I know that makes sense no matter how you look at it, but what we talk about here often is the idea that as you post more and more and more shorts, you give yourself more momentum and then the opportunity to have a few break out. We'll likely see that from some other channels today. Grammy's Journal, good to see you in the house. Rock Chick Beauties here from the UK. Trending Live TV, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in, and hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. You will notice two things here. First of all, She Stole My Thunder has some live streams. They bring those to us fairly frequently, usually once a week or once every couple of weeks. But then as well, you're going to notice something. YouTube has brought back the ability for us to look at people's videos, not just from the newest or latest, but from the oldest. And that was something they used to have. Now they brought it back, which is cool. I'm sure a lot of people will be happy to have it. I certainly am. I don't know if they'll add that to shorts. We'll see that when we see channels that have a few more shorts on them. But for now, on live streams and videos, it's available. And then this creator also brings us some helpful videos. Lately, they've been doing a lot of work with Canva, which I use myself, especially now, more and more lately. And they were doing some work for other creators for free the other day, helping with some thumbnails, and Canva's used for banners and things like that. So it's great to see more generosity. And then we see a brand new channel in the chat, Pure Adrenaline Sports. Good to see you here. Thank you for coming in for the first time. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect. Please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat. And if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Next up is Emotion, and again, I call this by the name Emotion New Soul. So I'm going to put that in the chat for you to either type out or copy and paste. We'll talk about the channel in a second. And Lisa J. Stocks, good to see you here. M&T Living and Cooking, I see them everywhere. Today I must have ran into them like 2 or 3 times in different streams. They're incredibly supportive. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Cricket208, I've got you on the wheel because you happen to be a member. And then again, thank you, She Stole My Thunder, for that super chat. Emotion is up for the same reason. We always put super chatters on the screen right away. Members get added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Rock Chick Beauty has also done this countless times. She's dropping a super chat, so she's going to come up right after Moz6510 Models, and they're both from the UK, as a matter of fact. So Emotion, you're going to notice something right beside this creator's avatar and name, and that's a little music note denoting the fact that this channel is an official artist channel, and that's for music and possibly a couple of other things. But Emotion is a talented singer and songwriter, and what they bring us on their channel are music videos, including their original works, more than anything else. Once in a while, you're going to find compilations on the channel. Those could be premieres or live streams, and he rounds out the channel with some shorts as well as some live streams. He's monetized, lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships. When we get there, we see that the shorts are getting into over 1,300 and 1,600 views. His live streams are fairly frequent. We'll see if he's going to do another one shortly. And then he's got a second channel as well called Writing with Emotion New Soul. Now, he's here in Tuber Chat as both a moderator and a gold member, and that means we see his channel every single day, whether he's here or not, in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream, just like those. And his link is dropped by Nightbot every 30 minutes or so, as we will see if we haven't seen already. The Sand Van is in the house. I'm going to get them onto the wheel as they happen to be a member. And we're going to talk about this second channel from Emotion called Writing with Emotion New Soul. This is where he brings a look at not only how the music is made, but the man behind the music as well. So that's the bulk of what you're going to find. He's got a few reaction videos here, as well as more compilations of his original works and some shorts videos also on both channels. These are expected to move, one of them here at 700 already. Hopefully he'll keep those up, and we'll expect some more live streams coming up soon. He's already at 785 subscribers on this channel, so I hope everybody will connect with him. Thank you again, Writing with Emotion New Soul and Emotion, for the super chat again. Like I said, he's done that countless times. So has the Gaming Ham, who's coming up right now. I haven't talked about playlists yet today, but if anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists, just like Rock Chick Beauty did a moment ago. And if you see somebody say that in the chat and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually. Of course, if you see somebody say that, please reach out to them. Pendar, good to see you in the house. Amy and family, good to have you back. And the Gaming Ham is up here right now. This is a creator, another creator who dropped a super chat earlier. But they've done that countless times. But the Gaming Ham is moving things around on a couple of different channels. So here, they started out with a lot of video gameplay and moved into some 3D printing as well. So a little bit of variety here, and we're going to see a lot of that 3D printing, especially in the shorts. And then they intended on starting a second channel for that, but we'll leave it till next time to look at that. For now, we see that this creator's got 273 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 300 they're thinking about. Obviously, a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. All that fluff and stuff, I've got you on the wheel. They're here from Australia. And next up is going to be Moz6510 Models from the UK. So thank you again, the Gaming Ham. Moz6510 Models. Oh, am I way off? Way off. I said earlier, I think this creator's over 13,000 subscribers. I don't know what on earth I was thinking of. I am falling way behind, because it didn't feel like it was that long, actually, since I caught you in either a live stream or a premiere. But Moz6510 Models is now over 18,000 subscribers. Now, you know I say of channels over 3,000 that there must be much to be learned from them, as well as entertained and inspired by, because of what they must have already been through in their YouTube journey to get to a level of 3,000 and beyond. But when we look at Moz6510 Models, they were already well on their way when we met them about 2.5 to almost 3 years ago. And they just continue to grow, and now they are just flying. This is fantastic, because by the time you start to reach well over 10,000 subscribers, but getting toward 20, because now I've got lots of friends that are well over 10,000, some well over 100,000, things like that. But once you get close to that 20 mark, you basically start to know that 100 is inevitable, as long as you stay. As long as you keep at it, because it starts to look like it might only be a couple of years down the road, whereas it looked like such a much farther journey before that. Now, I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying that's an idea. Now, Mod6510 Models is an interesting creator. Here, they're going to help you become a better scale modeler through their videos, shorts, and live streams. And I've had the pleasure of hanging out with Moz both on the workbench while he's working on these models, as well as for product reviews. And then, of course, watched my handful of videos as well. Now, this particular creator, though, wants to help others. So, first of all, you'll be invited to meet more friends and family members while you're there. But this creator also shares knowledge and does a lot of experimenting and shares that knowledge with everyone for the betterment of the entire small YouTuber community, so that we can understand things like watch hours, things like playlists, things like tips and tricks to help you grow. Now, Mod6510 Models also generously shares the idea that he's willing to put that information forth to everybody as well. So you're free to reach out to him. We've talked, and you'll have to forgive me, Moz, my dear friend. I know it's been a very long time. I actually had a problem with my voice for 5 weeks. That's my latest excuse. I'm trying to get back into the swing because my work season outdoors started at the same time as I got basically better. So now we've got to hopefully find a way to be able to get together. He's offered to join me probably for a video. We talk about the idea of maybe a live stream where he'll share a lot of his experience, and that might be the beginning of a series of videos that I'll do that will help people understand what it takes to get to 10,000 and beyond. Because we often talk here about 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, a little bit farther, but there's different fish to fry when you get on the 10,000 mark and beyond. And he'll talk about the race all the way up and now far beyond, as we see, like I said, with 18,000. Just bored on a Wednesday. Good to see you back in the house. I know you were here before we started. Phasio to King Naruto Luffy Goku. Good to see you in the house as well. Crocheting with Leanne, thank you for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. She has also done that countless times. I've actually joined her on her channel. We'll talk about that when we get it up here right after Rock Chick Beauty, who's coming up next. Let me get that channel ready, and I'll catch up with the chat. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. And if you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. You know, sometimes you get into a premiere or a live stream, get captivated by the content or conversation, and just need that quick reminder from everybody. That's why we do it so much. But it really does help. And thank you especially to our moderators and to everybody reminding each other for those thumbs up. Thanks, Scratch and PPA. So Butler Family Farm is in the house as well, and they've been a member for 4 months now. They've been with us longer, of course, and they're out supporting creators all the time. I run into Together We Travel almost every day as well, supporting other creators. I'm always happy to see familiar faces when I'm bouncing in between other people's premieres and live streams, knowing that everybody's supporting each other so much. One of those creators is Rock Chick Beauty, who, like Mod6510 Models, is from the UK. These creators, actually, we met around the same time. And that's well beyond 2.5 years now, almost 3 years ago, if you can imagine. The reason why I put so much focus on that is for you to be able to understand, this goes for everyone, that there are generous people out there willing to support you literally for years. If we could all just meet each other, if all the generous creators could just meet each other, wouldn't it be a wonderful world? And in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other, we see creators running each other's playlists, supporting each other all the time, and then we go back to the same stories I tell about bouncing in between premieres and live streams, running into familiar faces. So like all of the creators that we've seen so far on the screen today, Rock Chick Beauty is one of those who'll be supporting into literally years into your YouTube journey, if that makes sense. The Gnomestead, Alaska Off-Grid, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Rock Chick Beauty started with beauty. She actually expanded her content, even though she goes back to beauty frequently, and she does a lot of product reviews and unboxing videos, even sponsored videos lately now as well. She's got shorts, videos, and live streams, and you'll notice that presentation is at the forefront of her mind on her channel, especially when I dig through her videos and go through her thumbnails. And then Urban Harvest, good to see you here for the first time. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect. Please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat. And if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. So you can see that Rock Chick Beauty puts a lot of work into presentation on her channel. This is just thumbnails for now, with bright, bold headshots and a professional look always, but this creator as well will often dress up her avatar and banner for different special occasions and holidays and things like that. Her shorts are already getting into 1,200 and 1,600 views and beyond, and she live streams frequently as well. Hopefully we'll see more and more of this. She usually goes, I think, once a week, but we'll see. This creator is moving on to 1,100 subscribers, so hopefully we'll push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. Northside Hawk, good to see you back in the house. Thanks for running the stream in the background. I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend, even if you're just coming by quickly, even if you're just coming to give us a hello and a thumbs up, or if you're running the stream in the background like a few of our friends do. Donut Toys and Games might be there. Jaden is often watching, and Two Pineapples is sometimes having a look while they're streaming 24 hours a day. Budgeting Just Because, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Next up is going to be Crocheting with Leanne. So thank you again, Mod6510 Models, Rock Chick Beauty, and Crocheting with Leanne for those super chats. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated, of course. Therefore, we put them on the screen right away. You'll also know that Bautissimo, if he's on the case, should have come by and dropped a link for each of those creators right after. The robots are almost always working. And then I missed another super chat. Thank goodness for Scratching PPA, I swear. I don't know how he does it. I missed Corinne's Life dropping a super chat as well. Thank you for that. She's done that countless times as well. And Corinne's Life is a fellow Canadian, but I actually met her at the same time, I believe, as meeting Mod6510 Models and Rock Chick Beauty almost 3 years ago. Mama G Gear, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then, thank you, Northside Hawk. I know what it's like, I promise you. I'm very lucky to be on a computer 99% of the time when I'm on YouTube. And it could be tough. It's a little bit harder when you're trying to tag everybody, because you got to get that spelling perfect, right? Song Bits Laura is here. I'm just going to get that channel onto our wheel right now because they happen to be a member. And then as well, I think I see Kathy Payne coming in. Thank you for being here. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. It looks like BeltLoop29 is here with one of his channels. BeltLoop29 Cute Critters. So thank you for being here. Many of you know him from a few of his channels, as a matter of fact. Another incredibly supportive creator that will help you meet more friends when he's live streaming as well. So Crocheting with Leanne is somebody I joined on their channel a few months ago. I think it's 7 or 8 months now, and we talked YouTube for about an hour. Scratching PPA gave her a little bit of help with prep, and we talked YouTube and what she's doing with her channel and how the YouTube journeys are going for all of us in the Tuber Chat family. And she's been with us a long time. Another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, as you can see. Now, primarily it's going to be crochet on this channel, but she's really expanded. We see vlogging in the latest few videos. She's got shorts that we'll look at in a second. She's got shout out videos, what I meant to say, as well as Happy Mail videos, giveaways, and of course a lot of crochet. And let's look at the shorts for a second and see how these are doing. These have gotten into the 1,200, 1,500, and even 1,700 views and beyond. And then live streams are something she started doing again almost every single day. I've got the next couple of notifications on. The Stock Explorers in the house, I'm going to get them onto the wheel right now and see what they've got going on. The Stock Explorers here as a moderator and a member, of course. From Florida, and then again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody, but as long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. So one of the things that helps channels to get onto the wheel and eventually the screen a little bit faster is engaging in conversation. Whether you're, fairly new to Superchat, if today's your first day, even if you've been here many times before, I probably don't reinforce it enough. But the more you engage in true conversation, I have a robot in the background that keeps track of this stuff, the faster you rise up the list. And eventually when it's time for me to put names on the wheel from our chat list, I'll do that based on who's been most active. So it's something to keep in mind. But true conversation, it seems to be what makes that thing work, not the hellos and things that we do for each other, which are very polite. I do it too. You all know I do it on your channels also. But when we start conversating, things move a little bit faster. And the reason why I put so much focus on that is because when you engage in true conversation, you're sending true engagement signals into the YouTube algorithm. And this is how we can help each other's content get pushed out. And then Northside Hawks got 1 milestone down. They just need some watch hours, which is great. And again, anybody here can simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Jedi Cameron, good to see you in the house. And then Crocheting with Leanne, again, is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Thank you again for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. She took a small break for a little while, but is back in action, and she's been just streaming every day and rocking it. So 2,500 subscribers now, and I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther. She will allow you to meet more friends and family members the same way we do here when she is live streaming as well. Corinne's Life is coming up. Thank you, my dear friend, for another super chat. Again, absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, and she's done that countless times. And Butler Family Farm, though, with that highlighted milestone message, took over our stream boss position. Everybody was knocking a little bit of life off of that thing for a while. We're talking about the video game life meter under my camera there. Every super chat and membership knocks a little bit of life off of the stream boss. The last person to knock it out and take over gets some extra exposure for a little while, and that will be Butler Family Farm now. Corinne's Life is somebody who's a dear friend. This is actually somebody I've been very close to for a very long time. She happens to be a fellow Canadian from Nova Scotia. And even though we heard about the wildfires that were going on in Canada a couple weeks ago was the hardest part of it, we heard a lot from the Montreal area, but it was also happening in Nova Scotia. That might be where it had started, or both at the same time. Forgive me for not being better versed at that, but we're a little bit farther away. But it was a lot of newsworthy activity for a long time. Luckily, Corinne's Life is safe. Everything's good, but it was probably a scary moment for a second there. Pardon me. And when we look at Corinne's Life now, we see that she's got well over 2,100 subscribers. She's actually halfway on the road to 2,200. And we say you're officially on a road every time you hit a 100 milestone, up to about 10,000 subscribers. Marketplace Boutique, good to see you here. Scratching Wolf is in the house. And then, Anisha, good to see you here as well. Roadhog is in the house. Thank you for coming in. They're just here temporarily. They might fall asleep on us, but that's okay. I appreciate every moment everybody can be here. And we'll look at Roadhog's channel soon enough when the wheel decides to choose you, as I've got you on there now. Members get added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Corinne's Life is somebody who brings us a real look behind their life. And the channel really encompasses everything from cooking videos to travel to standard vlogs to haul videos, product reviews of all kinds. And then Corinne's life, the creator behind this channel, happens to be a small business owner as well. She gives us a behind-the-scenes look at how merchandise is made. She prints everything from hats to shirts to mugs like the one I'm holding in my hand right now, to vinyl stickers, Christmas ornaments, and almost everything that can be printed. So it's wonderful that we get a behind-the-scenes look at how the merchandise is made, but we can also use this creator as a resource when it's time for us to think about merchandise for our own channels and the businesses that go along with them as well. She posts frequently, including shorts and live streams, where she gives everybody a chance to meet new friends the same way we do here. And we can see that her shorts are really moving into 4,000, 5,000, even well over 7,400 views, and one breakout shorts video well over 77,000, which is great to see. Live streams are something that's fairly frequent. Sometimes we're just hanging out with her. She often does StreamYard panels and has guests come up. I've joined her many times, as have several of the creators who've been with us today. And then again, she happens to be a beloved and dedicated moderator, and all of the moderators on this channel are dear friends of mine and dear friends of each other. They have been for a long time. They all have different channels. They all do different things. But one thing they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, you'll be able to meet more friends and family members when you're on any of their channels for premieres or live streams. Defrauding Charlatans, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I'm just spinning the wheel. Butler Family Farm is going to be up next, but we're going to take a break for about 3 minutes. If anybody has the ability to share this stream right now, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther, both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay, because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Moon Boots, good to see you here for the first time. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. The Gnomestead Alaska off-grid is making me laugh in the chat right now, so hang on everybody for 3 minutes. We're coming back with our stream boss, which is Butler Family Farm. All right, we're back and looking at Butler Family Farm, who bring us 116 acres of homesteading goodness on their channel. I also noticed we've had people come in from Belt Loop 29, so thank you for that. He must have been saying pleasant things again, as he always does about everyone. It's nice to have a police officer on your side. And for those of you who don't know Belt Loop 29 yet, there's your opportunity to go and get that done for yourself as well. Just Jason Keto, thank you so much for that gifted membership. He's done that countless times as well. We treat those like super chats, so I'm going to put Just Jason Keto up on the screen in a second here after we talk about Butler Family Farm. And Just Jason Keto actually happens to be a fellow Canadian. But thank you for that. I'm just going to scan our chat here for a second, see who our lucky recipient is. Northside Hawk just picked up a gifted membership. Interesting. So we're going to look at that channel soon enough. I'm going to get them on the wheel right now. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. So thank you again, Just Jason Keto. I certainly appreciate that extra generosity, and I'm sure that Northside Hawk will appreciate that membership as well. Cliff Hefner, good to see you in the house. Trish the Natural has been added to the wheel. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. So again, Butler Family Farm bringing us 116 acres of homesteading on their channel. I can see I'm falling behind with their videos, so I'm just going to take the latest one. And actually, I'm going to take the second latest one because it's got a few extra minutes on it. Every minute matters when we're talking about watch hours, of course, right? And again, if anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. And if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Susan A., good to see you in the house. Forgive me if I missed you for a moment there, but I've got you on the wheel now. And we always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Mrs. Kanky Curly, good to see you back in the house. Thank you for coming back in. And then Belt Loop 29 as well. I just wanted to scan over some of their videos here so you can get an idea of what they're doing. But they also have some shorts videos, and these have started to get into the 3,000 and even well over 4,000 views. And then live streams are something that they do frequently. I can tell, there's Belt Loop 29 right there. I can tell you as well that they really get involved in their community. They go to a lot of meetups when they have the opportunity. They bring us live streams, for instance. They did an Ozark meetup where they caught some footage there. They did the Mid-America meetup with 80 different channels. There's Scott from Rambling with the Broom. So I'm always happy to see these collaborations with creators. There's YouTube Police, another secret friend of ours. You'll find that out when you start following everybody here in the chat if you haven't already met YouTube Police as well. And then Butler Family Farm is approaching 1,500 subscribers, so I'm hoping everybody will connect with them and push them a little bit farther. They happen to be our stream boss, which is that video game life meter under my camera there. Every super chat and membership knocks a little bit of life off of our stream boss. The last person to knock it out takes over and gets some extra exposure for a while, and that is Butler Family Farm for now. Another fellow Canadian, like I said, Just Jason Keto, did something just a moment ago that he's done countless times before, which is gift a membership. He's gifted dozens of memberships on this channel, for which I'm unbelievably grateful. It's an incredibly generous thing to do, and it has a lot of impact, of course. Any host that receives gifted memberships on their channel is going to be excited, because some of those gifted memberships will continue on afterwards, right? YouTube gives everybody a reminder to say, hey, don't lose out on the benefits that you just had. Do you want to continue your membership? And either 1 out of 5 or 2 out of 5 might keep that up, and it's a wonderful thing because it grows and grows and grows like everything else. But Just Jason Keto's understood this for a while, and he's been doing this a long time. So I certainly do appreciate that. Now, it's interesting as well, because when I talk about the generosity of this creator, you see that come through in their content as well, because they want to help everybody with healthy eating, healthy living. I have literally caught them in a premiere saying, we just want to get as much information out to everyone as possible. And the idea I always say about this channel is that you have You never know who's going to strike the right chord. Even though we see keto in probably every grocery store, it's been on magazine covers for a couple of decades now, and it gets more and more popular all the time, but we never know where we're going to get our motivation from. Just Jason Keto brings a lot of guests on his channel to help him out. YouTube Police, thank you for coming in. Adventures with Outdoor Eagle. Good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. I think I missed a channel. Carlene Geisha's back in the house. She's renamed her channel to Carlene Geisha Affirmation. So thank you for being here again. And then, Just Jason Keto, let me show you some of the content. I just put a notification on here for a premiere. Or for a live stream. You notice that sometimes when you see them in the featured position here, and then when you click off and you go back, the notification may not be there, especially if I refresh the page. I could be wrong right now, but sometimes. But the notification is still on. It's just that it looks like in the featured position, sometimes it's not there. I'm just going to... He's got this thing going on with Chaffles on his channel. I've never even heard of this before, Just Jason Keto, but it seems to be a very popular thing. I'm going to put this video on my catch-up list so I can keep caught up with that. Walking in Divine Purpose, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. That's another longtime friend who wants to inspire us in a spiritual way. And then when we look at Just Jason Keto, he's doing a lot of product reviews lately. This bubbly stuff, I happen to not like it because it doesn't taste that sugary sweet that I seem to be addicted to for some reason. But we have, I'm interested to see, that's a different flavor than I've seen in the stores. Now, when we look through his channel, he gives us tips and tricks, not just product reviews, but he's going to show us hacks to get more value out of some of the products we might be introducing into our keto-based diet or lifestyle. Now, also, you're going to notice a lot of his thumbnails have got different contributors. And these people are sharing their life experience when it comes to their keto-based diet or lifestyle. The interesting thing about that, I've caught a few of these now, is that they're going to give us different tips and tricks, like I said, their own experience, but they come at, the idea of a keto-based diet or lifestyle at different perspectives. And again, this goes back to you never know who's going to strike the right chord. So he's bringing a big, huge group of guests through his channel. It continues to grow and grow and grow. He's got some shorts here, and let's see how these are doing, because he's got one that really broke out as well. Some of these are getting into over 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, even 6,300 views, and one breakout shorts video at 22,000. And hopefully everybody will check these out when you're over there as well. And he's got 859 subscribers, so we'd love to push him a little bit farther towards that 900. We know he's thinking about it. When we look at his live streams, he streams frequently, and it seems to be once a week. So I've been lucky because I finally caught him for a live stream the other day. I'm looking forward to the next one as well. He's often he's always keeping up with the chat, but this way we get to interact and influence the conversation there, and then he'll keep up his own perspective when it comes to the live streams, and then in the videos, like I said, he often has the guests that I was talking about. So hopefully everybody will connect with him. He just gifted a membership again for the what feels like 100th time, for which I'm incredibly grateful, of course, and I know Northside Hawk will be happy to have that as well. Scratch and PPA is coming up right now, a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family. And again, I've forgotten one thing I'm not supposed to forget. Michael's Adventures is a dear, dear friend, and probably almost 3 years now as well. I think it's over 3 years now. He is a beloved and dedicated moderator, but he can't be here every day because just due to a work schedule. Same reason I move the streams around. I have to work outdoors a few days a week. I'm away from the computer. But Michael's Adventures, always make sure that I remember to say hello for him and let everybody know that he's thinking about us when he's not here. He can't wait to get back. He'll likely be with us on Sunday. Now, the reason why I mention him at the same time as Scratch and PPA is because these are two of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 6 years on YouTube now. And I often describe Scratch and PPA as a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family. For anybody that's known him for any amount of time, you know why. He's literally the reason why I use the words "seems to be everywhere" all the time to describe him and a few other creators. Boondocking with Boomer, good to see you in the house. And First Floor Audio's here from the UK, dropping a super chat. Thank you for that. Lee's done that countless times. I'm going to put his channel up next because of that super chat. We always put them on the screen right away, and then members get added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. We'll get spinning again in a moment. Now, Scratch and Pete PA is, like I said, known as one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 6 years on YouTube. Out of the last 550 or so live streams here, if you can imagine, let me just say that again. I know I put a lot of focus on this. Over 550 live streams. Scratch and Pete PA has only ever missed 2 that we know of. And one of them was because his internet was getting fixed that day. But he is an unbelievably supportive creator. That's just on this channel. He supports everything I do on every channel that I touch. I have no choice but to look up at God and have conversations about why I could be so lucky to have a friend like this. And I know a lot of people are probably thinking the same thing, not to mention the fact that we don't know how he does it. But Scratch and Pete PA is now approaching 1,700 subscribers. This week coming up in the Scratch Challenge is my favorite combination of tickets because I never know which one to pick. He pits 2 lottery scratch tickets against each other, and my favorite 2, even though I might like some of the video game stuff, if I see a Tetris like he did the other day or a Pac-Man type of ticket, I might be drawn to those. But when it comes to truly what have I done the most in my life, which is not many, but when I have scratch tickets, it's usually crossword or bingo. And he's got these coming up. Now, he happens to be a fellow Canadian in Ontario, and so these tickets are all familiar to me. But what he does is pits these against each other and gives us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, and or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes it unique, and a lot of fun to be a part of. Fire and Air, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. They are a friend from the very beginning. They were actually with us for episode number 1 of Tuber Chat, if you can believe it. 558. Or sorry, 580 episodes later. Even I'm losing count. 580 episodes later, they're still with us. So thank you for that. Tales Told in the Dark, I caught for a live stream again the other day. Thank you for being here. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Now, Scratch and PPA also has something wild going on his channel. I know a couple of people have said that the chat today is rolling really fast. But if you really want to see a fast rolling chat, you'll catch Scratch and PPA for one of his premieres. He posts with perfect consistency every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern without fail for well over 2.5 years now. He brings us the Scratch Challenge series of videos, and you are going to find a chat that runs faster than this, faster than most you've seen in the Tuber Chat family. And a big reason for that is because of the support that he gives to other creators. And so I wish for you to connect with him so you can see what I'm talking about and get some of that coming back for yourself. This is the reason why he's climbing now towards 1,700 subscribers. And you can see that presentation is at the forefront of his mind as well. First of all, he's got a bright, beautiful avatar that's matched by the thumbnails of every video, including a hint as to the giveaways that are run every single week on the channel, and then as well as banner is updated every week as well. We all know how much work this must take. Now, Scratch and PPA's video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first video over 2.5 years ago. But I just want to show you something else that I keep forgetting to mention. So let me hit his playlist tab for a second. Now, he's got a few that he's set out here called 5-hour playlist, 10-hour playlist, and 20-hour playlist. That's self-explanatory. For anybody starting their YouTube journey, if you wanted to swap playlists with him, he'll likely still be willing to do that. You get an idea as to how to make a fair trade by the length of the playlist. And you can simply type into Google YouTube playlist length, and it'll let you pop in a URL and time it out for you. But he also adds the time for each of his other playlists, as you can see. So Scratch Challenge 2023 and 2021 and 2022. So you get an idea as to how long these playlists are going to be while you're making the arrangements with them. Lena Doyle Crafting, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Let's try to stop screaming at the microphone or my voice is not going to make it for another 2 hours. Those of you who live stream probably know we tend to raise our voices, and sometimes it starts to get out of control as well. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. Lena Doyle Crafting's on the wheel. They happen to be a member. First Floor Audio's coming up next. And then let's see what Lee has got going on. So Scratch and PPA, again, thank you, my dear friend, for everything that you do. Even when I run these streams last minute, because this year, we used to not do this, but this year I've been able to run a few like midweek, and I never know the start time. So I barely let the moderators know an hour before we're going to go, and Scratch and PPA still manages to be there every single time. So, thank you again. And especially when it's going to run a little bit late as well. You know, I try to get on as early as I can. Now, First Floor Audio is another generous creator. This is Lee from the UK. He's a talented singer, songwriter, and performer. And when you catch him, especially for live streams, you're going to get an opportunity to interact and influence him. He could be performing, he could be producing, he might have a StreamYard panel with a few different people joining him as well. Always interactive. He always makes the audience a part of the streams. As a matter of fact, more than once he's broken right into a 3-minute Tuber Chat song, if you can believe it. Thank you, Mr. Fulton Mraz, for letting us know about your birthday coming up next month on the 20th. And First Floor Audio now is approaching 1,200 subscribers. Now, he's got all his music on his channel in individual videos that you can enjoy, but he also brings us a live stream series, which is coming up actually tomorrow, and this is called Radio 1FA. So this is where we get an opportunity to hear all of his music fused together in a compilation, which is a really cool idea. That's just one of the different things he does when he live streams. So hopefully everybody will connect with him. And then, if anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. And if you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Butler Family Farm, we just looked at. So I'm going to take them off the wheel. I might not have cleaned up the wheel here. Corinne's Life, we saw she dropped a super chat as well. And Just Jason Keto was here early as always and dropped a super chat as well. So let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel coming up. Forgive me for anything I'm missing in the chat. If anybody's mentioned something that you meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Northside Hawk is coming up right now. And I can't remember if we actually looked at this channel on the screen the other day or not. I think this would be the second time we're putting it up, if that's the case. And forgive me if I'm mistaken. They got 832 subscribers right now, but this is somebody we're still getting to know. Fairly new with Tuber Chat and this family here. But they actually gained a membership today from Just Jason Keto. We never get to pick who's going to get those, right? The gifter doesn't get to pick. The host doesn't get to pick. It's somewhat done throughout the algorithm. And I like to say that it's usually going to creators who are most active on a channel. But we've seen a few times now memberships go to creators that are fairly new in the Tuber Chat family, and that's great too because we get a good mix then. Patrick Hollett will be 29 on the 29th, which is really cool. So you'll be looking forward to that birthday in just a week from now. And then Northside Hawk, let's have a look at your About page for a second so I can get an idea as to what you're doing here. YouTube channel dedicated to providing valuable information on drone operations in Australia, which is interesting. This is Dominic, and we'll learn more when we get to the About page. So I'm just going to head through your videos right now and see what you got going on. Looks like a lot of variety here, actually. And I'm just going to look for another piece of content I can watch just to get to know your channel a little bit. I'll take this video here and I'll put this in my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to go through some more content. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Superchat is that over time I get to know the channels, and then by watching content and hanging out in live streams, I get to know the content itself. And then if you want to connect on the outside social networks, I'm always happy to get to know creators in that way as well. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, and Twitter some of the time as well. Northside Hawk has got some shorts videos, and some of these have popped into well over 5,000 views, which is great to see. And then as well, lots of StreamYard panels as well, so hopefully I'll catch you for one of these soon enough also. But we have notification bells on for every channel. Of course, that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other, and I'll look forward to learning more about the channel, and hopefully you enjoy that membership. That means that every day that you're here for the next month, your channel will be added to the wheel as soon as we see you in the chat. That's one thing that we do as a bonus for members. But after a long period of time, probably another hour to hour and a half from now, I will add some names to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most active in the chat. If anybody has the ability to share this stream right now, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, then I will appreciate that greatly. It helps get another couple of people into Tuber Chat right now, and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Grow your channel. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming back in. I know you've been here once before at least. And then Coastal Water is somebody who's actually been a longtime friend. This is an interesting story that I tell when I get to this channel, because there's a husband and wife combo going on here. Some of you know Backlash Fisherman. We'll look at that channel in a moment. But these two creators are a husband and wife combo with a lot of family togetherness, as we see. That's a beautiful picture in this thumbnail. We don't get to choose our thumbnails in shorts videos right now, right? We used to be able to. They stopped that for a while. I don't know what they're going to do with these now. Hopefully we'll get a chance again. But that's a cool shot of the family together. And this is something that we see all the time, actually, from Coastal Water. I caught her for a live stream the other day there. They are together, a little tired, but doing okay. And they often, Coastal Water calls these car confessions, but she often takes us for a ride along on her either daily routine or for different things that she's doing. There's Backlash Fisherman waving at us. Now, she's got this series that I haven't seen yet called Cooking with Coastal. I think I ran this live stream. I don't think I was there for that. Forgive me if I'm wrong, unless I was lurking and letting it run. But hopefully I'll catch you for one of these, because I've caught Coastal Water in the kitchen more than anything else, actually. Now, she's doing unboxing videos and more variety, but you will find some delicious looking content on the channel. Now, she's got some shorts videos. We'll look a little bit more at these. We see that these are getting into 2,000 and 3,000 views. And this creator, like I said, it's a husband and wife combo with separate channels that do different things but support each other wholeheartedly. So this is Backlash Fisherman. And when we dig through his videos, we'll find Coastal Water in there as well, as you can imagine. Thank you, First Floor Audio. To our friends in the UK, I know it's extremely late for you today, so thank you very much for being here. I'm almost surprised, to be honest with you, because it's got to be now 4 in the morning, I think, for our friends in the UK. When we look at shorts videos, we see that Backlash Fisherman has started to pop into well over 3,000 views, almost at 4,000. So that will likely continue. And then when we look at live streams, we see a couple of series here. A lot of hobby hangouts have been coming up lately, pardon me. And then he's got some ride-along live streams that are very similar to what we saw from Coastal Water. He's able to keep up with the chat and keep the conversation going. The truth is, it's actually fishing first on this channel. And when we get into the videos, we get an idea of how he's going to take us around for different types of fishing, whether it's going to be in a boat, whether it's going to be on the side of a lake or a river or elsewhere. And Backlash Fisherman, like I said, always keeps up with the chat. But it's a special story to talk about a husband and wife combo like this that support each other wholeheartedly, because the number one complaint that I get from creators on YouTube is, why is it so difficult to get our real life friends and family members to support our YouTube channels when we can find people online that are willing to do it? And I absolutely agree. I've got lots of stories about that as well. Kermajin, Alaska, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming. coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody, and let's spin the wheel. What we're going to do right now is go for a break for 3 minutes again, and then we're going to come back and talk about another channel. We still got just under 2 hours to go if everybody would like to stay that long, and then we're going to come back with Ghostly Winds from Australia. Alright, we're back again, and we're looking at Ghostly Winds from Australia. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is look at this creator's videos and see that I'm a little bit behind. So I'm going to take the second latest one, which is a bit longer here. Every minute matters when it comes to watch hours, of course. And add this into a special playlist that I used to keep caught up with creators, which was actually named by Ghostly Winds, and it's called Catch Up here. So that's just a playlist I use to keep caught up with different creators. They bring us video gameplay, and you notice from their banner that they're going to bring us Sega, Nintendo type video games. It's interesting to somebody like me who grew up literally with these systems, and Ghostly Winds though is still able to introduce me to games that I was not otherwise familiar with in all these years. And then when we look at this creator shorts videos, they're just experimenting with these, and then we'll see what they're going to continue with. Pardon me. And then when we look at their live streams, we see more video gameplay. This is where the magic happens on this channel, because this creator is so fun, energized, and you will feel that fun and energy when you join them. They'll give you a warm welcome, of course. They will invite you to meet more friends and family members while you're there, and they'll always be able to keep up with the chat and the gameplay at the same time. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with them and pushing them towards the 800 subscribers we know they're thinking about. I certainly know you'll appreciate the support that they'll give back to you after you connect with them. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. And you know, I mentioned it a lot, but the idea of swapping playlists is something that can really help with watch hours. There's a couple of other benefits that come from it, like trading favors, making friendships, and helping your retention, because when somebody runs an entire playlist of your videos, they're running every video from beginning to end, and that can bump up the averages for retention or average time viewed per video on your entire channel. But if anybody here would like to swap playlists with each other right now for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. And if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So, F.R. Humphrey, I'm hoping we know each other well enough that I can make that joke, but this creator was actually featured here on Superchat in recent live stream. And one of the reasons why the main reason why I feature channels is because of generosity that I see, both within the Superchat family and outside, because I'm out supporting creators as much as I can as well. I'm always happy to see support from other creators between each other, the fusing of friendships between others and things like that. You can see that when you get into different premieres and live streams. People are having conversations. You can tell they've been friends for a while. They're passing inside jokes between each other and this and that. But what I meant to do, which I did not do, was I had this channel up on the screen for the first few minutes of the live stream the other day. Today's featured channel is doing our best, by the way. But F.R. Humphrey was on the screen, and I meant to say bye, Felicia, as soon as I dropped the channel for the next one. I forgot to do it, but I did recently learn the name of this creator from someone else because they just happened to be talking about them. We must have been in a chat together, but I'm always happy to see creators really making an impact like F.R. Humphrey has been doing. Now, they've got almost 1,200 subscribers. They're going to bring us more gardening and homesteading type activities on their channel. We can see a bit of variety in their videos. They've got another delicious looking meal going on here, so I'm going to take this. I say delicious. I don't eat a lot of shrimp or shellfish. But I want to see what they've done with this anyway, so I've put that into my ketchup list here. I'm going to hit their shorts videos for a second as well and see what they've got going on here. They're into the 2,500, 2,800, and even 3,300 views and beyond. And then when we see the live streams, they might pick those back up at some point in the future. They happen to be in Alabama. They create lifestyle content focused on creativity for stress relief, mental and emotional well-being, and fun. And they've got a lot here. I'll leave it to you to read this because they're literally involved in almost every kind of art you can imagine. And then, of course, on their channel, more than anything else, they're bringing us tips and tricks about gardening. And they've got an abundant amount of food that they're providing for themselves, which is great to see. And they happen to be here almost every single day. Let's spin the wheel, and we'll see who's coming up next. Yeah, it's interesting. All that fluff and stuff is saying they really love. See, seafood is one thing, and I do enjoy fish frequently, but shellfish I tend not to eat a lot of. I've had it all, like lobster and crab, and crab cakes and shrimp. Lots of shrimp. Once in a while, I'll be in the mood. I have to really be in the mood for no reason, and I then get like a craving for a shrimp cocktail or something like that. That I've had many times when it's those big, huge, enormous tiger shrimps. But I haven't. You're not going to find me looking for those. Red Lobster's not going to be my suggestion for a family outing ever. I know they do a great job. It's Flavor Flav's favorite restaurant, but I'm not going to be going there as often as I am for Chinese food or pizza or something like that. And then all that fluff and stuff is up here right now. Actually, I often order salmon when I go to restaurants instead of something like steak or chicken or something like that. I often opt for the salmon. Hopefully Just Jason Keto's happy to hear me say that, but when I'm in the mood to do something, to make a better choice, let's just say. I don't mind vegetables. I eat vegetables of all kinds. I don't think there's much that bothers me there. But typical fish of different types. I've been lucky enough as a very young lad, eons ago, to have caught a few fish, cleaned them, cooked them, ate them, and everything else. Really small things, nothing like you see from Backlash Fishermen and some of our fishing friends, but all that fluff and stuff's going to bring us a bit of that as well. Now, this creator comes to us from Australia also in the Whit Sundays. They often bring us content on the water, actually. They take us mud crabbing, snorkeling, reef fishing. They've really expanded their content over a long period of time, and they've been friends with us for, I believe, getting on 3 years now, more than 2.5 for sure. Pardon me just for a quick second there. And then, oh yeah, come mud crabbing with you. Yes, that's a different story too. They offer us the opportunity to do that in their videos and streams, of course. When we get into the shorts videos, we're going to see that they've got a few here that have really moved into 6,500, 9,700, over 14,000 and 16,000 views, which is great to see, and that will likely continue as they post more as well. Live streams, I haven't caught them in a while, but I'm hoping that I will. They're doing these occasionally. It looks like they're doing them almost once a week, but they really expanded their content a while back and got into a lot of cooking videos, and I've caught them actually for some of these live streams. I think they're collaborating with other creators as well. Now, I see that they've got a brand new video for a mushroom grow kit. That's interesting. I think that's the first video of its type that I will have seen, but I'm going to put this video on my catch-up list. Again, that's just a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. And then yeah, Patrick Hollett, not yet. I always fill the name. Members get put onto the wheel as soon as I see them in the chat, except for VS Speaks Royally, who for some reason I keep missing like every time they're here. Luckily, they've been a friend of almost 3 years as well, so we all know each other well enough to forgive each other's mistakes, even though I seem to make almost more than anybody, I'm thinking now. Via Speaks Royalty's on the wheel. M&T Living and Cooking is coming up right now. After a long period of time, I will add some names to the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. So I'm just going to show everybody something here for a second. I haven't refreshed it yet today. And then we'll talk about M&T Living and Cooking. This is Bottissimo, and this is a robot that I use in the chat. You've seen it drop a lot of messages. I'll just do a roll call here. That was inspired by Coastal Water. And that's just a command I use to make sure that the robots are here. So Stream Elements, Nightbot, Stream Labs, hopefully, and Bottissimo will say that they're all here. And then Bottissimo has this statistics feature. And Nightbot has a different way of doing it. You can get chat logs, basically everything anybody ever says in your chat, even if they retract it, can be found, which is cool. So if you needed statistics, you could almost put that all into a spreadsheet and then count it out if you wanted to. Here in Bottissimo, much like Streamlabs offers, they have a statistics feature to let you know how active everybody's been in the chat. And it's a combination of time and engagement, and it seems to be extremely accurate. So when we look at this, look at the names that are at the top. Huga Homestead, Patrick Hollett, Crocheting with Leanne, Scratch and PPA, of course, is always at the top. Just Jason Keto, Mike and Rihanna's Adventures. All the usual suspects are up here at the top. But when it's time, so if Patrick Hollett has more time to stay, then I know it's been a long time. I don't expect everybody to be here for 3 hours every time we stream, but probably in another 45 minutes or so, I'll be adding names to the wheel from our chat list. If you're still here, you're probably going to be the first one added, because I'll refresh that list and it keeps updated in almost real time. But that's just a hook. That's why I use Botissimo. I use 4 robots here. For those of you who've noticed, it's Nightbot, Streamlabs, Stream Elements, and Botissimo. One of the reasons why is because if one robot goes down for the day, which we've seen, you can use another robot to pick up the slack if you need to. One of the reasons why I use all these robots is to try to take pressure off the moderators, because you want them to enjoy the stream too, in my opinion. Here I certainly do. I hope that they're growing their channel and meeting new friends and enjoying the stream. We don't need the moderators to remind everybody to follow us on Instagram, because the robots can do that regularly, right? That's called a timer, for those of you who haven't used it yet. And then each one has a different strength. I use them for different reasons. But I'll point those out when we think about it, when they're doing different things. Amy and family, forgive me if I missed a question. If there's anything anybody meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or at mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Vanessa Angel Rose Designs, thank you so much for saying that. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. And the idea is that we bring all of our experience here to the table. Now, I've been on YouTube for 6 years, but I learn from creators of all sizes every single day. The idea is that we can all discuss all the different things that we learn or notice together, and then we can all help each other make better decisions for our channels and our videos, myself included. I constantly strive to improve as well. So again, it's Streamlabs, Stream Elements, Nightbot, and Botissimo, and I'll just do that thing again. I just put this command in, and this is a command that you have to add yourself if you wanted to do something like this, but Coastal Water gave me the fun name for it. But roll call is something that I put into each of the robots. You have to do it to each one, and then what happens is what you see there. Stream Elements, Botissimo, Nightbot, and Streamlabs should show up again in a second and say they're all here. That's so that you can be sure. And any moderator can drop that command, but that's up to you when you set it up on your own channel. And that really helps just to make sure that they're showing up. And then, yeah, Vanessa Angel Rose Designs, that's okay. For myself, I'm sure there's things I'm going to continue to learn as time goes on that were there all along as well. Northside Hawk, yeah, I don't give everybody moderator status here. I just happen to take moderators extremely seriously, but that's not the only reason. When we search, find, and click on each other by using our channel names, we're really doing a great service for each other, because you can imagine when you're starting your YouTube journey, and you can be lucky enough to get hundreds of people searching, finding, and clicking your name, you're going to rise up the search results. And then YouTube will do a better job of predicting when we're looking for this particular Nightside Hawk or any other, Northside Hawk, or any other channel that we're looking for. So that's why we kind of insist on it here. Not to mention, I do have one negative story that I'm sure you'll find entertaining. But in the very early days of TuberChat, we had a few more mods, and one of the moderators was somebody that I knew for a long time, almost a year probably, and absolutely trusted. And what happened was one of the mods went through probably an old live chat or the comments on the channel and started banning all kinds of people while we were not live streaming. So the next time we streamed, we started getting all these Instagram messages from people saying, hey, I can't get in, I can't get in, I can't get in. The problem is I had to release all of the banned channels all at once. So, you know, luckily our friends knew, okay, we're back in, everything's good, but that means you got to release the trolls as well. So that was a headache for a moment. And the biggest problem that I had was that there was 2 different people that were both moderators, and I'll never truly know which one of them it was. I'm sure I know. I'm never going to call somebody out, even for bad behavior, not unless they're hurting somebody else, but not for doing something like that here, because just a funny story to tell. Now, in the end, it didn't matter, right? But this is something you have to think about. It's nice when everybody's friends now, but I promise you, if you stick around YouTube for a few years, you're going to find that not everybody's friends with everybody all the time. And, I hope everybody has more positive stories than negative stories by the time your YouTube journey really gets going. But you can see that anything's possible. So I take moderating very seriously. I don't want everybody to have to remind, everybody else about the thumbs up and sharing us out. The moderators do a great job of that. We have a lot of friends that do it as well. I certainly appreciate it. But we want everybody to enjoy the live streams. And then, it's been a long time since I've added a moderator. As time goes on, when we need it, we'll do that. But all of our moderators here happen to be a tight-knit family, like you'll probably find on your own channel. This goes for everybody. As you add people into your moderator group and have a tight-knit circle like that, you'll probably find that some of those creators will also happen to have been your most supportive creators for a very long time. But you can see that all of our moderators are always on each other's channels. They're all friends with each other. They've been dear friends with me for a long, long time. So it's just an idea, but I enjoy telling these stories just so you have an idea, just like people share a lot of different things with me as well. Things that are not always positive, sometimes negative, but they can help us so that we don't trip over a lot of different things and make the same mistakes we've seen in other places, if that makes sense. So back to channels. Let's look at M&T Living and Cooking. I talked about them earlier. They're incredibly supportive. I see them out in different premieres and live streams all the time. They're here with us almost every single day. They bring delicious looking content on their channel, along with more family togetherness as well. Now this is an interesting video. I'm just going to take this ride along through a storm, put that in my catch-up list. That'll just give them a few watch minutes there, and we can see they do a lot of variety here. A lot of RC cars actually, but sometimes they take us outdoors for an adventure, sometimes they're inside, and they'll take us on any travel that they're going to do, and a lot of delicious looking content when it comes to the cooking videos as well. When we get into the shorts, we see that these have gotten into well over 5,000 views, lots of them, and then one breakout short over 20,000 views, which is great to see. That will likely continue as well as they continue to post. They do a lot of live streaming. I haven't caught them for a while. They just did one right before Tuber Chat today, and hopefully I'll catch you for one of these soon. They seem to be going a couple times a week, which is great to see, and they're working on 1,200 subscribers now, so I'm hoping we can push them a little bit closer. Tend the sheep where you are, don't pass them by. Thank you for being here. That's a longtime friend, actually, with a brand new channel. I'm just going to put them on the wheel because they happen to be a member. I'm going to spin and we'll get to another channel. I'm going to try to speed it up now. I know that was a long story to tell, but I just wanted to share that. There you go. Northside Hawk has a handful of super mods. That's a good way to put it. I might steal your line and start using that around here, because all of the moderators here have been friends of mine for about 2.5 years or longer now, I think, without exception. The newest member of our moderator squad is the Stock Explorer, who we still have yet to see today, but they're here. And then if you, for anybody that hasn't already met them, you'll know that much like our other moderators, they are literally some of the most supportive creators that you'll see on YouTube. So, Cricket208 is here with 176 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 200 they're thinking about. Margie's Crafty Corner, I'm going to get you onto the wheel. And they happen to be a member, so of course we always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And then again, it's going to be a little while before I start adding names to the wheel from our chat list. I'm hoping half an hour, but I think it's going to be a little bit longer than that. We've still got up to an hour and a half to go if everybody would like to stay that long. Let's look at the shorts first, because they're front and center on this channel. We see that Cricket208's getting into 1,300 and 1,400 views on some of these. That will likely continue to grow. And then we look in their videos, and they're posting frequently. So they just posted a couple videos, one today, one yesterday. I'm going to take yesterday's video. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. I know it's only 2 minutes, but every minute matters, right, when we're talking about watch hours. And again, if anybody anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Kathy Payne, I've got you on the wheel. I was lucky. I did see you come in. I promise you I make mistakes sometimes. So if you do wonder, then I'll thank you for giving me the nudge just to make sure, or our moderators can let you know. But yeah, Kathy Payne has been on there for a while. I know it's tough to see, especially if you're on a phone, because the text on the wheel is very small. It's easier on a computer. Roadhog is here with 441 subscribers. This creator's really picked up the pace on posting. They were already doing well, and they've started moving it even a lot more, which is great to see. They always have brand new videos for me to see every time we've got their channel up, and that's every day. They're here every day now. 1,900, and one of these is over 2,400 views, so they're really starting to move. Live streams, I didn't realize they've done a couple of these, which is great. Hopefully I'll catch you for one of these again soon. And then when we get into the that's a familiar face over there. That's there's a lot of people on that panel, which is cool. But there's our familiar face, YouTube Police, of course. When we get into the videos, this creator is going to tell us on their About page, everything on their channel was found in the trash. And what they mean by that is that they're breathing new life into things that otherwise might have been passed on or discarded. And you get an idea of the different things they're refurbishing on their channel when we look at their shorts videos. Like I said, we're into 2,400 views, and they're posting more and more, but they've also got a lot of videos, and I can see I'm already behind. They're posting, look at this, sometimes even multiple times a day. So I'm going to grab the latest video, put this into my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to get caught up with them a little bit. And spin the wheel, we'll get another channel ready to go. Bayou Bengal Fantasy Network is here, and I'm going to get them onto the wheel in a second because they happen to be a member. And look at the luck for Margie's Crafty Corner. She just came in. She was the last channel I added to the wheel, and came up right away. I'm going to get that channel ready to go. I've got to go just for another couple of minutes. We're going to be right back, and we're going to look at Margie's Crafty Corner. If anybody has not already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. And if you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. We're back in 3 minutes. All right, we're back again and looking at Margie's Crafty Corner. So this is a creator that's coming to us with 905 subscribers right now. They've got a few new videos. I'm going to take the second latest one because this one is really long, at an hour. And that's, you know, in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. Every minute matters, right? So I've got that in my catch-up list. And when we look at her shorts videos, hopefully she'll continue with these because one of them's already getting close to 300 views. When we get into the live streams, we see that she's doing these fairly frequently. I think it's about once a week. It could be a little bit more frequently, but she's got one coming up tomorrow. I've got the notification on. I'm hoping I can catch that. I try to get in for everybody as much as I can, of course, as we all probably do. Margie's Crafty Corner is going to do crochet and paper crafts and make stitch markers as well. So, I see a brand new channel in the chat, Art Flow by Mo. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here, and everybody will be willing to connect. So please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Next up is Hilda DC, a beloved and dedicated moderator, somebody who's been a dear friend of almost 3 years. 3 years now. Every moderator on this channel is a dear friend of mine. They have been for a long time, and they're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels. They all do different things. But one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, you'll be able to meet more friends and family members for yourself when you join any of them for premieres or live streams. And Hilda DC is working on 2,500 subscribers. She is known for posting frequently. We'll see what she's going to do in the coming weeks and months, but she's got a lot of success with a handful of different videos. So she's got a breakout shorts video here at 47,000 views, another one at 6,000, and a lot of these well over 2,000, approaching 3,000. She posts a bit of variety there. Lots of creators put a lot of variety into their shorts videos, but that's kind of cool because you almost have 3 different audiences on your channel. You have people who like live streams, people who like videos, people who like shorts. Some people like more than one of those things, but not everybody, right? So you have different audiences all the time. By putting out all these different types of content, you have the opportunity of reaching different people. Of course, I know that goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway. It's an important point to kind of go over repeatedly. So as well, Hilda DC will often live stream. I've joined her many times, either on her own channel or other people's channels as well for StreamYard panels. And there's always engaged conversation here, some familiar faces. There's Corinne's Life and Makeup Mom and Son. This is what I mean as an example. I bet if you go through the chat replay, Scratch and Pete PA will be at the top of the list over there. And that's what I mean about a lot of our moderators here happen to be dear friends of each other. Now, Hilda DC, so first of all, they all have different special stories about my friendship with each of them, and I could probably do a 2.5 to 3 hour live stream talking about each one of them. But Hilda DC has a special story because this creator is one of the most encouraging creators that I've met in my 6 years on YouTube. And what I mean by that is when you catch her for any of her content, you're going to find positive affirmations coming from her. And on the screen in special effects, she even gets Nightbot on the case. And she is a very strong-willed creator, somebody who truly stands behind and beside her family around her own channel, whether they're viewers or, supporters or other creators. Now, she brings a combination of a lot of different things: vlogs, challenges, mukbangs, reviews of all kinds, product reviews. They could be taste test challenge reviews. They could be weird food combinations, collaborations with other creators. And she live streams frequently as well, like I had said. So you're going to find a lot of delicious looking content on the channel. She happens to do cooking videos once in a while, but you're always going to find more friends and family members when you're there. there. And like I said, she's almost at 2,500 subscribers. We'll likely get her a little bit farther today. And she's monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. So that's Hilda DC, a beloved and dedicated moderator here. And next up is Bayou Bengal 25. It was Bayou Bengal 25. It's now called Bayou Bengal Fantasy Network, and they've actually expanded their content. They're a one-of-a-kind channel in the Tuber Chat family because they bring us fantasy football. And while I know that we have a few fantasy football fans in the Tuber Chat family, this is a channel that exclusively brings us fantasy football in content. Now, they've recently expanded. I'm going to hit the live streams first so you can get an idea. They've got fantasy football chalk talk here, and then they've got a lot of video gameplay, and they mix up the games here as well. As you can see, Diablo is there. I caught him for that, actually. They're really posting a lot. There it is, Diablo 4 I caught them for. Rocket League, which I'm looking forward to playing. I got an Xbox a while back, and I still haven't done anything like live streams or anything like that. That's an idea so that we can get a few people hopefully playing together, but we'll see. Bayou Bengal Fantasy Network. I'm just going to grab one of your latest videos and put this into my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators, and I talk about playlists a lot here, so if anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. We'll see that this creator's also getting into over 1,000 views with their shorts video, so that will likely be continuing again. 3 years on YouTube, August 2nd. So you'll have to, I'm sure, do a live stream celebrating that. I had thought it was a little bit longer. Hilda DC must have met us here right after starting on YouTube, because I was quite certain, I'm quite certain that it's well over 2.5 years that we've met quite a few creators like Mod6510 Models that was here a while back, Corinne's Life, Sam's Vlogs, Trains and More, and a few others. And so Layla Life My Way is up next. We just spun the wheel. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for this live stream, by the way, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. And if you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Layla Life My Way has got 330 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther, and they are posting frequently every single day, including today. The Numismaniac is another fellow Canadian. Thank you for coming in, and they're just dropping a highlighted milestone message. Those are a free bonus for anybody who happens to be a paid member on any channel where they are enabled. And what you'll notice is they fly through the chat like a super chat, but they're colored green for the members, and they knock a little bit of life off of our stream boss, the video game life meter under my camera there. Every super chat and membership knocks a little bit of life off of the stream boss, and the last person to knock them out and take over gets some extra exposure. That is Butler Family Farm for a short while longer. Songbits Lore is dropping another highlighted milestone message and knocking them out a little bit farther. And Hilda DC had 300 friends when we first connected with them. They're working on 2,500 now. And yeah, it's going on 3 years. So she must have met Tuber Chat right after coming on the platform, which is great to see. But I hope everybody takes inspiration from the idea that these are the stories that we tell. I'm very lucky. I was on YouTube for a couple of years before the idea of Tuber Chat even came around, and then that was something that took another almost year to put together. We started just over 3 years ago, and you know, here we are now. But we have friends that have been with us all this time. I've got some friends on YouTube who've been with me even longer, and I hope you take inspiration from the idea that there are people out there willing to support you that long if you could just meet them, right? Cabarar Gaming is another creator that I think has been with us for 2.5 years or so. Word up to you as well. I'm going to get them onto the wheel, and they happen to be a member. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. I'm going to try to move a little bit faster through channels. Now, Leela Life My Way is somebody I'm still getting to know, but I'm going to grab their latest video. They're taking us for an outdoor adventure at the Home Depot here, which we have that in Canada, but I like to see what you've got going on yours. They have a lot of information on their About page. I might leave it with you to read that for yourself. Let's go through the Shorts videos for a second and see how these are doing. We're putting a lot of focus on Shorts lately, and these have started to get into well over 1,000 views, 1,100 as a matter of fact. Live streams are something they might continue. They did a couple. There's our friend BeltLoop29 again, and he's always helping people grow their channels also, so I keep putting a lot of focus on that. Hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with this creator. We can see sometimes they're indoors, sometimes they're outdoors. These look like cooking videos as well, which is great to see, and we'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 400 subscribers that they're thinking about. V's Place, good to see you here. Thank you for coming back in. Experience Africans is a longtime friend. Thank you for being here. We'll spin the wheel. Kathy Paina is coming up right now, and they bring us Freedom Tours from Hawaii. Am I right about that when I say it the way that they write it on their About page? And here we go. Oh, Aloha, Freedom Tours Hawaii. There we are. And a lot of information here, so I'll leave it to you to read that. But let's have a look at the videos and see what they've got. A lot of variety. I'm going to take the latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list, and that's just a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. And then Shorts videos. Let's see how this one's got 137. I'm hoping they'll post some more because they'll likely move a little bit farther with that. They need to do a banner. So Kathy Payne, Canva is a program or an app or a website, if you want to call it. It's a combination of all three that a lot of us are talking about. And I'll tell you right now, over the last couple of weeks, I started paying for it. I dropped another service and started paying for Canva because I'm expecting to use it. It's got an ability to be able to plug in some of the new AI stuff that's become mainstream, like ChatGPT and this and that. I've got a project on the go, and as I produce videos, I'll hopefully do a tutorial to show everybody how you can leverage that as well. Inky's Unplugged, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. And it might have been a while, but it's good to have you here, so thank you for coming through. And then Kathy Payne as well is working on 500 subscribers, so I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther. And forgive me, what I meant to say was Canva, yes, C-A-N-V-A, is a free website and app, but I actually pay for it now. I just used it for inspiration before because I happen to be a Photoshop guy, and I've been at graphic design for a long, long time, so I'm pretty proficient with that. But Canva is a great place or a great website or app. It's on iPhone and Android as well, where you can make banners, thumbnails, and all the graphics you need for all the social networks like Facebook, Instagram, even TikTok, Twitter, Pinterest, everywhere. So that's an example of something. Doing a banner. I even did a tutorial on my own personal channel if you want to go search that out. It's probably very long-winded. I probably took an hour to describe what you could do in about 10 minutes or less. But if you wanted to see that, you could. Northside Hawk's been using Canva. Fire and Air says they make their thumbnails with it. Once you see it and the templates that they have, you're going to know that you've seen that on a lot of creators' channels. It's very, very popular, and it makes it very easy to get a banner done very quickly. Tend the Sheep Where You Are, Don't Pass Them By is a longtime friend that's reset and restarted a new channel. They've got 63 subscribers right now, and we'd love to push them towards the first 100. We know that the road to the first 100 is more challenging than ever, but as long as everybody's doing as much as we can for each other, we see channels growing, hitting the first 100 and far beyond all the time. Now, Tend the Sheep Where You Are, Don't Pass Them By is going to motivate us in a spiritual way. They've got some shorts videos here, and these are moving into almost 1,000 views, so that will likely continue. And then they're posting frequently as well. I'm going to take their latest video, put that in my catch-up list. This creator, like I said, is a longtime friend and another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here. I'm going to spin the wheel. We'll get another channel coming up. And then Leela Life My Way is looking for an easy editing app for the PC. Now, I happen to be on Mac, so iMovie is included. So I started with iMovie 6 years ago, and within a few months, I believe it was, moved into Final Cut Pro. Most of the programs are similar. Premiere is extremely popular. I believe there's a limited version of DaVinci Resolve, which I plan on trying. I haven't yet, but I plan on trying it a little bit because I like their other products. They make cameras and things like that as well. Blackmagic Design makes video switchers and really advanced stuff. It's a good, like, mid-level, more involved than some of the things we usually use on YouTube. Almost to the level of television, but not quite. So I expect to experiment with a bit of their stuff, but the software is called DaVinci Resolve, and apparently there's a free version of that. It shouldn't be too difficult to use. There's tutorials for it everywhere. And then let's look at Susan A. And thank you, everybody, for contributing to the conversation. Forgive me if I've missed anybody in the chat, and if I've missed anything that anybody meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up. That should help me see it a little bit easier, and I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Susan A. is here with 335 subscribers. It's pure variety on this channel. Let's see what they're doing with shorts videos. Some of these have gotten into over 2,000 and 2,300 and 2,400 views, which is great. That will likely continue. Live streams are something that's an idea for now. They might continue these. We'll see what they're going to do. And they've been posting frequently, multiple times a week, almost every other day. I'm going to take their latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list, and that'll give me a chance to just catch up a little bit. Sky watching at night, that'll be a cool video to see. And then more information on their About page. They give you an idea as to what they expect to bring us on their channel. And Susan A. is another creator who's with us frequently here in Tuber Chat almost every day. Marketplace Boutique says they use DaVinci Resolve. Cocoa Butter Barbie, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Canva could make a watermark for your videos. Yes, absolutely. And all kinds of graphics Canva can make. It's very easy and fast. As a matter of fact, one of the tutorials I did, I forget if I did 2 or 3 on my channel, I hadn't even used it before. I hadn't used it for making a thumbnail. I think it was the thumbnail one, and I said, here, I'm going to show you how to make a thumbnail, which I haven't done. Let's see how easy it is to use, and it was that easy. Phil's Creepy Videos, good to see you in the house. That's a longtime friend as well. And let's look at Lena Doyle Crafting. They celebrated a birthday about a week and a half ago, if I'm right, 2 weeks ago maybe. 241 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them towards the 300 that they're thinking about. They got some shorts front and center on the channel, so we'll look at these first. We see that these are getting into the 1,200, 1,300, and even 2,200 views and beyond. And then live streams are something that they were doing. We'll see if they're going to pick those back up. And then videos, it's been a couple of weeks as well, so we'll see what they're going to do with these. They tell us that they bring us embroidery, sewing, vinyl, and painting, but they're here with us frequently in Tuber Chat as well, usually at least once a week. We mix up the days and times here. I certainly don't expect everybody to be here every day or for 3 hours every time we stream. I do appreciate every moment, even if you're coming by to say hello or drop a thumbs up or run the stream in the background. Trish the Natural's coming up right now. Speaking of thumbs up, if anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for this live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. And if you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off. To get that done, you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Trish the Natural is somebody who's here with us frequently as well, and I see them out supporting others, even on other StreamYard panels now, which is great to see. They got a brand new video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list, but I want to point out the fact that this creator puts presentation at the forefront of their mind. You can see their banner and their avatar are matching a lot of the bright, bold headshots on the professional thumbnails. If you get into using Canva, you're going to start to recognize some of the templates here, but they do a great job of mixing these up. They always have a professional look on all of their thumbnails. Their lighting's fantastic for these headshots, by the way. That's what makes them so bold. When we look at the videos, we also notice that we get an accurate depiction of what to expect in the video, and that's great because this is a dynamic host as well. Now what she's going to do is talk to us about natural hair care on the channel, and she expands into different topics like wigs and weaves and things we'd expect, but other beauty products as well. But natural hair care is where the focus is. When we look at her videos, we see that a couple of these have popped into over 2,100 views, which is great to see. That'll likely continue, and they post frequently as well, as we can see. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with them. Trish the Natural, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, obviously working on 800 subscribers right now. Khalid Delicious Food, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. They are a longtime friend as well. They always have a lot of excitement here in the chat and pleasant things to say, for which I'm grateful. The Bud Files are somebody who are not only here every single day, but I literally run into every single day out supporting other creators. They are modern day archaeologists. What they seek to do on their channel is uncover history and digitally preserve it. They take us to abandoned locations, graveyards, cemeteries, and the like, and then they post frequently as well. I see they've got a brand new video I'm going to put into my catch-up list. They bring a lot of variety here and a lot of stories to be told, a lot of history, of course. And then I'm going to look at their shorts videos for a second, and we see that these have started to get into the 3,400, 5,000, and one breakout shorts video over 15,000 views. Then when we get into the live streams, we see that these come frequently as well, but they could be outdoors or indoors. They could be bringing us a story to be told. They could be singing, dancing, or playing a video game as well. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that. I know you'll enjoy the support that comes back from them, and they're working on 1,300 subscribers now. And thank you, Khalid Delicious Food. Cabaret Gaming is coming up. We'll see what they've got going on. This is another creator who brings us a lot of video gameplay, but they actually give us tips, tricks, and more tech and tutorials on a second channel, which we'll look at in a moment as well. Cabaret Gaming is somebody who mixes up the gameplay. I'm always happy because they do a lot of Grand Theft Auto, and that's my game of choice, whether it's 4 or 5. And I'm going to put one of their latest videos into my catch-up list here. We'll look at the shorts as well. I've heard that shorts videos can do well for gaming channels. We see a bit of that as we're getting into 3,000, even 15,000, 20,000, and 31,000 views. So hopefully they'll keep those up. And then live streams frequently. I thought I caught you recently, but maybe it's longer than I thought, 3 weeks ago. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one. They're live streaming almost every day. And then 1,800 subscribers right now. They're working on 1,900. Hopefully we'll push them a little bit farther. And then I'm just going to hit their second channel here. And then Canva is something I've been talking about more and more lately because I've been using it myself. And I'll give you an example, hopefully at some point in the near future with a tutorial, because the world is changing very rapidly, even online, with the new artificial intelligence software and programs and websites and apps and things that are out there, right? ChatGPT being something that's probably the most prominent in the newsworthy category, if you want to put it that way. But Canva can plug into this thing so you can automate the creation of videos. Now, I never want to recommend that anybody just do some of the things you see online. Some of these guys are like, oh, just steal Joe Rogan's content and make a shorts channel about Joe Rogan. Okay, you're asking for copyright strikes. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm saying it's possible. And I promise you, if you take the easy road and try to just punch out a bunch of videos to get a bunch of views, it's not going to pay off in the way that you wish, right? The idea, of course, for a lot of people is monetization. and you got to put a lot of work and focus into that. But you can use the tools as long as you put a little bit of a human element in it. You want to put yourself into your videos in one way or another. That's the one thing people can't take from you, right? As long you don't have to be in the video, right? You can do faceless videos. You don't have to star in the video or put your face in the video. You can make what they call faceless videos. But when you put yourself into it somehow, even if it's just your thoughts, you're preventing people from taking your, what otherwise might be called intellectual property, if we want to call it that, but you're giving your channel a chance to move without other people just copying and taking the idea, and you're not going to get lost in the group of everybody else's stuff. Not even saying I'm right, I'm just saying it's an idea, but I'm sure you all know what I mean. So Kabarar Vlogs is where we get to see tech tips, tricks, and tutorials from the same creator from Kabarar Gaming, and I'm just going to grab their latest video and put this into my catch-up list. They do a lot of things here that I actually am very interested in, so this is interesting. How to install Windows 7 on VMware. These can be the types of things that can help people who want to run Windows on a new Mac, for instance. The newest Macs with the M1 and M2 chips can't just run Windows the way that they used to. The last Macintosh that I had that had a, or iMac if you want to call it that, had Intel chip. That was the last desktop that I had, and it has Windows on it because you can run it through a thing called Boot Camp. Forgive me for all the people who are not nerdy and geeky like I am to know what I'm talking about. But now they changed their chips. Apple's making their own chips. They don't rely on NVIDIA or Intel. And since they started doing that, you can't just run Windows on a Mac as easily. But Kabarar Gaming might even be able to help us with that. Gloria's Platter, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. She always has delicious looking content as well. The Sand Van is coming to us from Australia as well. And they are going to take us on trips with them so that we can get a look at Australia, the Gold Coast, of course. I'm going to go through their videos, and I see I've fallen behind, so I'm going to grab the latest video, and I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to try to catch up a little bit, but they're posting frequently. So a couple of weeks ago, they were really at it, and they seem to be posting a couple of times a week. So I'll look forward to more as I see them post more. When we get into the shorts videos, we see that some of these are starting to move into almost 2,000 and almost 3,000 views. One breakout shorts video over 13,000, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. Obviously generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. And spin the wheel. We're going to get a channel ready to go. We're going to go for another break of 3 minutes for a moment. I'm going to get some names on the wheel from our chat list. So when we get back in 3 minutes, we're going to look at the Numismaniac. If anybody has the ability to share this stream right now, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get another couple of people into Tuber Chat right now, and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Professional Paranormal Research, good to see you in the house again. Thanks for coming in. I did get your email, by the way, if I didn't say so today when I caught you for that live stream. I will respond. I just haven't yet. I got a bit of a full plate, but I will have a look when I can and respond to you when I can give you my undivided attention. We'll go for 3 minutes. We'll come back and talk about the Numismaniac. I'm going to get some names on the wheel from our chat list right now. Alright, we're back and looking at a fellow Canadian. This is the Numismaniac. They were here for a brief second. They have been with us actually for a very long time. They've got another channel. They do something really, really cool. If I dig through the videos here, you'll get an idea. But they actually bring messages to Santa Claus through YouTube when it gets around to Christmas season. So around next November, we'll be looking for that channel to pop up again. But the Numismaniac is going to talk to us about numismatic collectible coins and precious metals. I see they've got a brand new video from last week. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That'll help me catch up with them a little bit. They got some shorts videos as well. These have started to get into well over 1,000 views, halfway to 2,000 actually. And then when we get into their live streams, we see that these are frequent. It's been a while since I caught them. I guess it's been a month already, but I've got a notification on for one that they've got coming up in a few days. Hopefully we'll catch them for that. We put notifications on for everything that we see and notification bells for every channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we, can for each other, of course. So hopefully everybody will connect with the Numismaniac, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And we'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. Drunken Chef Barbecue, good to see you here. That's another incredibly supportive creator. I put a few names on the wheel. So Patrick Hollett is on there now. Rushing Wind Mountain, of course, we're going to look at right now. Huga Homestead and Together We Travel were all added to the wheel while we were on that break there. When we look at Rushing Wind Mountain, we see that they've got a couple of new videos. I'm going to take the latest one from a few days ago, put that in my catch-up list as well. That'll help me catch up a little bit. When we dig through the channel, we see that they are bringing us a little bit of variety in their content. And what they say is Nature Channel, based on, based in one of the mountains of the Pacific Northwest. And then prepare to be amazed and wowed by the many wildlife. I can't read today. With some funny and hilarious shorts thrown in for laughter, which you'll see. We'll go to their shorts right now, and you'll see that these have gotten into the thousands of views, which is great to see. One over 3,100, 5,200, and even 6,000 views and beyond, which is great to see. 509 subscribers, so they have to be excited about the new YouTube guidelines, or they're not guidelines, forgive me, wrong word to use, the monetization requirements that have now changed into a graduated system. We're going to see that take effect. My guess is within the month. It's already been about a week since we started talking about this, so I'm guessing another 3 weeks or so. There's no set date that I've seen so far, but quite a bit of information. But the new rules is going to say that if I'm right, when you have 500 subscribers and 3,000 hours of watch time, you'll be able to enter the YouTube Partner Program and gain fan funding like Super Chat, Super Stickers, and memberships. I'm not sure about shopping. I think that's included as well, but no ad money. And then when you get the 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, you'll be added into the AdSense as well, and you'll make money from ads that run on your channel. Rudy Ireta, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Iraheta. Rudy Iraheta, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Forgive me, Cliff Hefner, I didn't add you to the wheel. I just added you right now. And members are supposed to be added to the wheel as soon as I see them in the chat. If you notice that I forget you, if you're able to read the text on the wheel, please don't be afraid to give us a nudge. Either myself or the moderators will get you on there. And then Jamie Hart is in the house. She brings a lot of variety. She celebrated her birthday a while ago as well. And then let's spin the wheel. 3,000 watch hours, Cliff Hefner, if you have 500 subscribers. So that's coming up. And you'll be able to make super chats, memberships, and maybe shopping, but not ad money, if I understand it right. And I could be wrong, but I'm quite sure that that's the case. And then you get added into the ad money once you get to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. So it's going to be a graduated system now. So you get in on level 1, move to level 2, and then just like they used to a long time ago, many people either don't know or might have forgotten, but you used to have 30,000 subscribers to be able to access memberships a long time ago. So that is a really, really, really big deal that was added to us. And I think shopping was reserved for 10,000 subscribers. I could be wrong about that, but I think it was until recently as well. So while it feels like things are getting easier along the way, we have to remember it's easier for us than it was for those who came before us. And then there you go, Northside Hawk. Yeah, everything except AdSense makes sense. So Jamie Hart is here with a ton of variety, which you'll see. First of all, she's got a brand new video, so I'm going to grab this vlog and I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. But this is just one of the videos that she brings in a variety, including horror, Twin Peaks, movies, retrospectives, vlogs, live streams, gaming, karaoke covers, adventure, nature, photography, as well as cats. And we see that when we start digging through a lot of the thumbnails here. Now, shorts videos are something she's just started with, but live streams are something that she does occasionally as well. You can see this is a dynamic host. She always keeps up with her chat, of course, and I've been able to join her a few times for engaging conversations. She's been an incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here in the Superchat family as well. And let's spin the wheel. Mike and Rihanna's Adventures will be excited to finally come up on the wheel. It's taken over 2 hours now, but they're no... it's not a new idea for them to have to wait here in Superchat. It can be a long period of time, often. Mike and Rihanna's Adventures actually has a second channel. We'll look at that shortly. This is a family vlogging channel, and they have they're working on 2,400 subscribers right now. They're growing rapidly. One of the things that they've got is a breakout shorts video. I'll show you that right here. They got one over 288,000, but they got a few more that have gotten into well over 2,300, one over 5,000. When we get into the live streams, we see that they do these frequently as well. I haven't caught them for what feels like a couple of weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks now. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one soon. But I got notifications on for one that's coming up in a few days, and then one's coming up the week after, if I get that right. They do those frequently, once a week-ish. And then I'm going to look at their videos, and we see family vlogging can be indoors, outdoors, sometimes a chance to hang out with them and almost give us a cooking video. They take us on adventures and looks around different things. They're fellow Canadians. That's Zellers, which is an old department store. It returned. I'm going to keep my eye on that and see if it's going to be another Target situation. Forgive me if you can hear my eyes rolling in the back of my head while I say that. I don't mean to be sarcastic, but the Target thing was a fiasco. And they walked away with millions and millions and millions of dollars. A few people who didn't keep that running, so I don't know what that was about. But Mike and Rihanna's Adventures are in Medicine Hat, Alberta. They're going to bring us a lot of different adventures. Sometimes they're hanging out. Like I said, they give us a wonderful opportunity to get to know them, but they're incredibly supportive as well. I run into them constantly supporting other creators, hopping in on StreamYard panels, and now hosting StreamYard panels as well. Let's spin the wheel. The Stock Explorer is coming up. They're here as a beloved and dedicated moderator and a member. All of the moderators on this channel are dear friends of mine. They're all dear friends of each other. They have been for a long time. They all have channels of their own, and they all do different things. One of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity, and for that reason, you'll be able to meet more friends and family members when you visit any of them on their channels for premieres and live streams. So the Stock Explorer now has 1,700 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push Nora, the host behind this channel, a little bit farther towards the 1,800. They'll be thinking about. They've got shorts front and center here, so I'm going to have a look at those. Life with Ryan, good to see you back in the house. Thanks for coming in. I know you were here the other day for a while. They've got Nora on the Stock Explorer has got into 2,500, 3,500 views on their shorts videos. Now those bring a lot of variety. They can be posting almost anything when it comes to shorts, but what they intend to do with the channel is talk to us about the stock markets and crypto markets in a level-headed and down-to-earth way. They're very forthcoming about their own portfolio, their own recommendations. Most often they just kind of tell you what they're doing or what they've got their eye on, as opposed to recommendations, but they do let us know what's going on with both the stock market and crypto markets, both with shorts videos, live streams, and everything from beginner tutorials to advanced topics like options trading and NFTs. Yes, forgive me, Mike and Rihanna family vlog, pardon me, Mike and Rihanna's adventures. I meant to put up Rihanna's weekly extras. I said I was going to do it, and I've probably missed that a few times, so forgive me for that. I'm going to put it up in another moment. Rihanna's weekly extras. I'll put it up right after the Stock Explorer, and then I'll get back to spinning the wheel. Mike and Rihanna's adventures are dear friends, so I want to make sure we have a look at everything that they're doing. They are incredibly helpful when it comes to sharing information about their YouTube journey. Anybody can reach out to me anytime. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well, but I'm always happy to hear anything you think could be helpful for anybody else, myself included. Now, the Stock Explorer, like I said, brings beginner tutorials and advanced topics like NFTs and options trading. They do a lot of live streaming. Some of this is friendly conversation. Actually, I joined them on their channel several months ago. You can search out Superchat and you'll find that conversation. We talked YouTube for a couple of hours. But they also do a lot of StreamYard panels, and they've got a lot of friends that come up and join them regularly as well for either stock talk or friendly conversation. And then they've been doing a lot of lottery ticket scratching as well, so still almost financial, we could say, if you wanted to. And then when we get to their home screen, we're going to find that they've got a second channel to look at called Tropical Buzz. They happen to be in Florida, and what they're going to do here is educate us about plant life, some of which is already there, some they're going to grow themselves, and they've gotten into shorts as well as videos. I know they're getting involved in seed swaps with other creators and things like that. So this is Tropical Buzz from Nora, the Stock Explorer, with a second channel. And one channel that I missed was Rihanna's weekly extras right before we got over here. This is the second channel from Mike and Rihanna's adventures, where they expect to bring us more variety to complement what we see on the family vlogging channel called Mike and Rihanna's Adventures. So hopefully everybody will connect with Rihanna's weekly extras here. We know that the road to the first 100 is more challenging than ever, but as long as we're all doing as much as we can for each other, we see channels growing, hitting the first 100 and far beyond in different milestones all the time. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with them. I know you'll enjoy the support that comes back from them. We'd love to push them towards that first 100. And then thank you, Life with Ryan. It's good to know you're very close to 200. And thank you again for coming in the other day. It's great to have you back. For anybody that's brand new to Superchat, if you want to read our video description, you'll get an idea of how to make the most out of your time here and meet new friends and family members for your channel. Of course, it always is the best advice here, and you'll find the best success from reaching out to other creators first to support them in all the ways that you wish they would do for you, knowing that they will turn around and do that for you afterwards. Songbits Laura is here with 765 subscribers. Right before I talk about their content, I'm just going to ask for a favor. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. And if you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Pardon me. I thought I was drinking enough today, but today was it wasn't a long day, but it was the hardest day of work this summer so far, so I think I'm dehydrated or something like that, but we'll tough it out for another half hour or so. Songbits Laura has 765 subscribers. We'd love to push her a little bit farther towards the 800 she's thinking about. She's here with us just about every single day. I'm going to grab the latest video and put it into my catch-up list. That's just a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators, of course. She's got some shorts videos here, and these have started to move right into the 3,800 and even 8,300 views, which is great, so we'll likely see more of that. And then live streams are something that they're doing frequently as well. Looks like every few days. So they got one just a couple of days ago. Hopefully I'll catch the next one that they're going to do. And they're providing a lot of different variety on their channel. They've got a lot of interests of their own. But crafting is something we likely will see frequently. And then obviously they're taking us outdoors as well. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention Super Chat. Connect and grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. We'll keep our eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Huga Homestead is coming up right now, and this is a creator who's here with us just about every day again lately. They've been a long-time friend, actually. I skipped to their About page first because if you look at this, you're going to probably, if you're like me, learn something before even getting into the content on the channel. Huga, which is how we pronounce this, Hygge is pronounced Huga. Huga means cozy, peaceful home in Danish. And so that's interesting because they're bringing us a homesteading channel. 537 subscribers, so for sure they're excited about the new graduated partner program system, and likely working on watch hours. We'll look at their shorts videos right now, and we'll see that these have started to get into the 1,300, 1,400, and even 1,500 views and beyond. Live streams might be an idea for the future of the channel, and I'm going to take one of their latest videos, not the latest one, but the second latest, because it's much longer. Every minute matters when we're talking about watch hours, right? So I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me another piece of content to watch that's recent. I'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. And then let's spin. Lexo Motorsports is coming up. We'll see what is going on there. And then Leela Life My Way. Forgive me, I missed the first part of that conversation, but when you're talking about what to make, are you talking about videos or possibly graphics? Because we were talking a lot about banners and Canva and thumbnails earlier. Lexo Motorsports brings a lot of speed on their channel, and they've got an interesting combination. They've got drag racing, ATVs, and dirt bikes when it comes to the speed I'm talking about, and then saltwater aquariums as well, which is what we find in their shorts videos more than anything else. Some of these have gotten into the thousands of views, one of them over 15,000. If you can believe that, which is great. I'm just going to take one of their latest videos, another all-out call-out, and this is going in my catch-up list. It's a little bit longer than the latest one you put out, but I've got that there just from last week or about a week and a half ago. And Lexo Motorsports is another creator that's been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for quite some time. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. I'm going to add a couple of names onto our wheel from our chat list in a moment, actually, as well. VS Speaks Royally is coming up. I don't know why it is. Every time they're here, I forget to put their channel on the wheel. I thought I did it again a million times. I think I do it, and I don't do it. But VS Speaks Royally has been another dear friend for a long, long time. They're incredibly supportive to a lot of different creators. I run into them constantly when I'm out bouncing in between premieres and live streams supporting others. When we look at VS Speaks Royally, we see that this creator is working on 4,700 subscribers. Now, you know that I say of channels over 3,000 that there must be much to be learned from them as well as entertained and inspired by, because of what they must have already been through in their YouTube journey to get to 3,000 and beyond. Now, one of the things that I put a lot of focus on here is engaged conversation. VS Speaks Royally always engages conversation everywhere they go, whether it's here or whether it's in other people's premieres or live streams. I see them always doing this, and it's interesting because I put focus on it here. It's how our wheel works. This is how I determine which names get added to the wheel in which order. There's a robot in the background that helps keep track of that, but it's always based on engaged conversation more than anything else. Now, before we get into their live streams, you're going to see that their shorts videos are getting into 3,300, 4,800, and even 7,100 views. And then when we get into their live streams, you're going to see where this channel really shines. They've got a little bit of variety, especially in the shorts, especially in the videos. But here in the live streams, they focus on the royal family more than anything else. And you will find engaged conversation here, a very vibrant, fast-paced, high-energy live chat to go along with their content, because Via Speaks Royally does a great job of leading conversation by staying well-versed and up-to-date on their subject. And they've had a very big year, 8 or 9 months, I believe it is, of a lot of newsworthy activity. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with them. You'll see what I'm talking about with almost getting close, like I said, to 4,700 subscribers. Kermagin, Alaska, let's just see if you're still here. I'm going to do a check for a few channels to see if they're still in the chat right now. And I'll get a couple more names onto our wheel from our chat list. I'm not sure if Kermage in Alaska is still here. If you're here, just please let me know. Fire and Air is coming up on the wheel. Granny Filming again is coming up on the wheel. And then we'll see what we can do after that. Silent Silver, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend, even if you're just coming by to give a thumbs up or say hello or run the stream in the background. I know we've got a few friends that do that. Oh, pardon me. I was going to add another channel and now I lost it. I said Fire and Air. I'm not sure which other channel I said was going to be added onto the wheel just a second ago. Adventures with ATV CJ, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in for the first time. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Forgive me, I think I might have accidentally almost ripped off Fire and Air's chance to be on the screen, but we've got them coming up right now. This channel used to be called Fire and Air Tarot, and they've been with us from the beginning of Superchat, actually. I think they were with us for video number 1. Granny Filming again. Yes, thank you. I was about to put you on the wheel, and I accidentally didn't copy and paste properly, but I've got you on there now. We're not going to be on very much longer anyway. My voice has had it for today. We'll be back again probably Friday night, but I haven't set up that stream yet. We mix up the days and times. I'm expecting to be here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, maybe even Monday. We'll see. Well, I'll try to put those up tomorrow. Fire and Air is here with 1,650 subscribers or so, halfway towards 1,700. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther. They read tarot cards. They use their intuition and mix it up with that. You can get more information on their About page, of course, but they've been a friend for a long time. We're talking 3 years now. Pardon me just for a second. I'll be right back. Yeah, Fire and Air has actually been a friend since before our first episode. And I hope everybody takes, I hope everybody takes inspiration from the idea that I talk about these friendships that have gone on for like over 3 years. Now, as you continue to support more and more creators, you're not going to see all of your best friends every single day, because what happens is it becomes harder and harder to support everybody for every single thing that they do. But as long as we're all doing as much as we can for each other, then everybody will be just fine. We see channels growing all the time. Fire and Air is somebody who's been with us from the beginning, and after 582 episodes of Tuber Chat now, it's interesting to see that they're still coming around. First of all, to support the Tuber Chat family here, for which I'm grateful, as well as they support on my personal channel also. excuse me, but they are incredibly supportive to others, and it's wonderful to see that they're still at it after all this time. It's over 3 years. So I put a lot of focus on that. Now I'm just going to take their latest video. It's an Amazon unboxing. I am behind, so I'm going to use that to try to catch up a little bit. And then we see that they've been posting some shorts videos. These have started to get into well over a couple hundred views. Hopefully those will start to move a little bit farther. They likely will as they continue to post, and then live streams are something that they might pick up again in the future, but we'll keep our eyes open for that. Hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting to Fire and Air. It might take a second to find this channel, but the handle is literally Fire and Air, so I'll drop that in here for you. Panama City, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. That's another creator who likes to help people meet new friends and family members on their channel. And then let's spin the wheel. Cliff Hefner is coming up. Pardon me, we'll see what they've got going on for today. They happen to be a member, so of course we had put them on the wheel as soon as they got here today. Cliff Hefner now has 259 subscribers. They got some shorts here, so we'll see what's up with these, and we see that some of these have started to pop into well over 700 and even 800 views now. Live streams are something they might bring back, and they talk about the idea of maybe bringing us some new content in the near future, so we'll keep our eyes open for that, and then hopefully they'll give us some about information as well on the channel. But we can see there's a lot of stories to be told here, and Cliff Hefner is actually here frequently. I think they've been here every day lately, so I'm grateful for that, and I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. I know not everybody can be here every day. The other thing that we'll mention though again is if anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Together We Travel is up here now, and this is another creator I run into them channels coming in, cruising and travel, and Together We Travel seems to be connected with all of them. 632 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 700 that they're thinking about. We'll look forward to a new video shortly. They tend to post frequently. They got some shorts videos as well. We'll see how these are doing, hopefully. My internet's going to hold itself together. I talk about these often because I love these couple of shots that they got here, but some of these have gotten over 2,000 views, one of them over 7,200, which is great to see. Live streams are something that is occasional for this channel, so we'll keep our eyes open. We've always got our notification bells on for everybody. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel coming up in a second here. Smallholder Homestead has been on the wheel since I think the beginning of the stream. I'm not sure if they're still here, but there's the benefit, of course, of that membership, is the fact that once you're on, you're on. Let's put them up and we'll see what's going on. Silent Silver says we might be lagging. The internet might have given out there. There's a couple of us working on the internet right now. I'm actually at my workplace, even though it's late at night. Smallholder Homestead is a large family with 8 children, actually. The biggest thing I talk about on this channel is the family togetherness that I've seen. Now, they might be indoors, but especially outdoors, taking us for an adventure. They might go to the skate park, or this is an interesting car show. A lot of exotic cars there, which is interesting. The Hibachi Grill. I still yet have not done this to make a video. For the life of me, I can't remember if I've actually been to a Hibachi Grill and watched like the whole production that goes on, but I really should do that. I live between Toronto and Niagara Falls. I split my time, and there's certainly enough of those restaurants around. Hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting to these creators. One of the things that I find most compelling here is not just the family togetherness, but the encouragement that happens between family members as well. You know, a lot of reinforcement, a lot of positive energy, a lot of you can do it, keep it up, you're doing great kind of things. That's always fun to hear. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel coming up in a moment. Patrick Hollett is coming up, and we'll see what they've got going on there. Another longtime friend. And I'll ask everybody one more time for a thumbs up if you haven't already given a thumbs up for this live stream. We're literally at 99 right now. But I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give a thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. I accidentally hit something with the chat here. Pardon me for that while I look at what I'm doing. Patrick Hollett is working on 1,400 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther. Online gaming, cooking, hiking, and exploring Newfoundland. Another fellow Canadian there. I'm just going to take one of their latest videos here. I can see I'm behind. I'll take the smoked pork back ribs with barbecue. I'll let you read the rest of that title. I'll put this into my catch-up list, and hopefully we can push them towards the 1,400 they're thinking about. Let's see what they're doing for shorts videos here. They've got into well over 1,000 views, a couple of them over 1,200, which is great to see. And then live streams are something that they might bring back. They were doing these up to about a year ago. Let's spin the wheel just for fun. We're going to look at Granny filming again in a second. Thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. We try to do 3, sometimes 4 streams a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Forgive me for the channels that we did not get to. My voice has just about had it for today, and we're expecting to be back on Friday night. That's not set in stone. I will try to get the next few streams posted tomorrow. Hopefully I have the notification bell on, but I always try to put them on, post them a couple of days early. Granny Filming again has 387 subscribers, and she'll give you some information about what to expect here, including homemaking, cooking, grocery pickups, cleaning, challenges, Q&A, and more. When we look at the videos, I can see they've got a couple of new ones. I'm going to put the Granny's Driving again and put that in my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with everybody as much as I can anyway. And then shorts videos have gotten into the 5,000 and 6,000 views, which is great to see. Pedrosa Travel, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Thanks everybody again for the time that you spent, and we'll see you again very soon. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up on the way out. We just barely hit 100, so thank you everybody. We don't do it every single day, but it's always an exciting milestone. So thanks everyone for that, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.